Hello, Thyroid Thrivers, and welcome back to another episode of the Thyroid-Healthy Bites Podcast, with bi-weekly episodes dedicated to helping you eat well, live well, and feel well. I'm Ginny Mahar, a functional medicine health coach, cordon bleu chef, and your thyroid health and cooking coach. So if you're ready to get inspired, informed, and empowered with thyroid-friendly food and lifestyle topics, expert interviews, and tales from the healing journey, you're in the right place, friend. Let's dig in. Hello, friends, and welcome to Thyroid-Healthy Bites. I'm Ginny Mahar, your host, your thyroid health and cooking coach, and I'm happy to be here today with you. I wanted to talk to you just a short conversation about something interesting that came up inside my Thrivers Club membership. And in the Thrivers Club membership, which is my group health coaching membership, every month we do these monthly wellness challenges. And someone had just joined us for our monthly wellness challenge for their first time. You can be a member and you don't have to participate in the wellness challenges, of course, but this member had chosen to give it a try and she loved it and she did so awesome and just totally got the assignment from day one all the way through they're typically 21-day challenges where we're just implementing various aspects of thyroid-friendly living. And the challenge that we were doing this past month is called Thyroid 30 Essentials, which is our signature wellness challenge where we kind of take a whole health approach, scoring ourselves daily on our food choices, our daily physical activity, our sleep, our self-care. Did we remember to take our meds and supplements and things like that? So this member was cruising along. She's doing super great. She gets to the end of the wellness challenge and, every week people are checking in and letting the community know how they're doing. And she had this insight that she really had built a lot of awareness through this wellness challenge by scoring herself every day. The emphasis is really not on the score. It's on that awareness building, because when we build awareness around our habits and the choices that we're making daily, that is how we can just naturally tap into this. It's like an infinite flow, okay, of inspiration, motivation, and accountability to make those healthy choices so that we can stay the course, so that we can be consistent in those healthy choices so that we can get results. And, those results are different for everyone. For one person, they might be really focused on weight loss. Another person might just really want to increase their energy and feel better. Another person might be working on something specific like gut health. So, it's totally customizable. But this member realized how much awareness she had built throughout the wellness challenge. And one of the things that she noticed was how she had a tendency to emphasize the negative and not pay as much attention to the positives. And by doing this daily score sheet, she found that, wow, I really, found myself doing a better job of celebrating my wins. Now, when it comes to making effective, healthy habit changes, celebrating our wins is part of the science behind that. This is proven science that you can read about it in the book Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, who's a PhD. He is a researcher on this stuff at Stanford, I believe. But his best-selling book Tiny Habits really breaks down like, how do we actually make these changes? That's kind of what I specialize in and what we're doing in the Thrivers Club is, you can go to the library and check out a book. You can check out 100 different books at the library on what to do to feel better with chronic illness, with autoimmune disease, with thyroid issues, with hypothyroidism, with Hashimoto's. And a lot of those recommendations are going to be similar. You need to make sure you're sleeping. You need to make sure you're drinking enough water. You need to have a support system. You need to be eating healthy whole foods and minimizing processed foods, minimizing sugar in the diet. You need to be moving your body on a regular basis in whatever way that you are able. So how do we do all those things? Because it is a lot of plates to spin. And look, we're all busy. We're living in a time and in a culture where we're all spinning a lot of different plates. So how do we go about? We can know what to do. Like there's all of that is the what of how we thrive. How do we actually do the work of thriving? Part of that is celebrating our wins. And the reason that that science is so powerful is because of something that this member tapped into called negativity bias. And I shared that with her. Hey, that tendency that you noticed in yourself to emphasize the negative more than the positive, to focus more on what didn't go right than what did, to put more energy into the losses that you had throughout the month versus the wins. That is human nature. We all have that. And it's actually called negativity bias. And it is our natural innate tendency to overemphasize like the problems, the things that didn't go right, the losses, the issues at hand. More of our energy naturally gets sucked into the negative. And researchers think that there's a lot of evolutionary roots around negativity bias because the way that we are isn't just based on our lifetime, it's based on eons and eons of human survival. And for thousands of years, even before civilization, humans had to survive. We had to survive predators. We had to survive warring tribes. There were all kinds of threats. And so, that's the thing with these innate human tendencies that we build awareness around when we're on the healing journey is it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you're human. Right. So there's nothing wrong with having negativity bias. It's just we're bringing awareness to that, right? That we have negativity bias. That is part of human nature. It's based on eons of human survival. And the way that we thrive, one of the hacks, one of the like magic tricks that we can do to make sure that we can actually reach our health goals and get where we want to go is by just being aware of that negativity bias and simply shifting our focus to the positive, celebrating the wins. I call them, I didn't name this. This is also from BJ Fogg's book, Tiny Habits, but he calls them tiny celebrations. And we talk a lot in the Thrivers Club about tiny celebrations. And the reason tiny celebrations, and what I'm talking about when I say tiny celebrations is like when something goes right and you're just like, yes, or you high five yourself in the mirror, or you do your little happy dance, or you even smile, or you even in your own mind say to yourself, good job, you did that. You showed up, you took that walk, you prepared the whole food meal, you made the healthy choice when you could have made the unhealthy choice. Good job. Those are tiny celebrations. I mean, they take literally seconds, but what they do is they actually rewire our brain for healthy choices. They spark these neural pathways based on rewards that's wiring in the positive feelings, the positive thoughts, the positive chemicals and hormones in our body, wiring those into the healthy choices so that those associations are made in a really unshakable way. And it's really easy to do. I mean, this is one of the simplest hacks you can do today is just to start having these tiny celebrations that help you shift that negativity bias to more of a positivity bias. Okay. And that doesn't happen for any of us without a little bit of effort, without a little bit of awareness. So I just thought that was a really interesting topic that she brought up and one I wanted to share with you because It's a powerful concept, and it's a huge part of what I help people with as a health coach. So much of this stuff is mindset. So much. Oh my gosh. The more I do this, the longer I do this. And I mean, I've been doing this since 2017. So, it's been many years and over 1,000 people I've helped through this. And just more and more and more, I realize how much of the healing journey is mindset. And that work is never really like totally complete, right? We're always tinkering and improving. And when we're talking about all those different, what I call the 8 daily rituals of thyroid healthy living, remembering to take your meds and supplements, refueling with whole, fresh, healthy, whole foods, reactivating by moving your body regularly, repairing and caring for your gut, rejuvenating with daily self-care and stress management, reducing and avoiding your exposure to toxins, relishing the journey along with your support system, and recharging by prioritizing sleep and sleep hygiene. Those are the 8 daily rituals of thyroid healthy living. And like we talked about, it's a lot of different plates to spin, and it can kind of be like whack-a-mole where, you get really good about maybe your food and exercise, and then, oh, my self-care kind of went out the window. And so I've got to come back to that. And, we're always in this active relationship and process with our health. But what we can do that gives us that consistency to get results is the mindset piece, and just coming to ourselves and our own funny little tendencies, like the way that we tend to over prioritize the negative and under prioritize the positive. Just coming to those with awareness, with non-judgment, with self-acceptance and self-compassion, and saying, oh, there I go again, focusing on all the things that didn't go right this week. And all you have to do to change that is say, what did go right? Did I take the walk? Did I make the healthy choice? Did I do the early bedtime even a couple nights this week? Did I do 1% better this week than I did last week in one of these areas? That is how it works, Thrivers. So I wanted to share that with you. Negativity bias, it is innate human nature, and overcoming that and tweaking that, tinkering with that, shifting that is a huge part of how we thrive. All right, I hope that has been interesting. I've got construction going on right outside my office, and the bandsaw just fired back up. So that's my cue to wrap it up for today. If you would like to learn more about thyroid healthy food and lifestyle, I invite you to download my free thyroid friendly grocery guide. It features over 130 delicious, colorful, nutrient dense foods you can eat. It's a great way to get started, and it's a great way for you and I to get connected. So if you haven't already downloaded my thyroid friendly grocery guide, you can do that at hypothyroidchef.com/grocery. I will put a link to that in the show notes for today's episode. And I will also put a link in the show notes for the Thrivers Club if you'd like to learn more. I would love to welcome you as our newest member to our thriving community. And everything we talk about here on my YouTube channel, on my blog, and my newsletters, that's what we're doing in the Thrivers Club. We're answering the question of how. How do I do this? You do it with me. You do it with support. You do it with other people who totally get it, who get and understand what it's like to live with an underactive or missing thyroid and the unique challenges that brings up. And it is just incredible to watch, like this member who absolutely crushed her first wellness challenge. I was so excited for her. So if you would like more help with that, check out the show notes. You can learn more about the Thrivers Club there, or download my free thyroid friendly grocery guide. Thanks so much for spending this time with me and tuning into today's episode of the Thyroid-Healthy Bites Podcast. If you've enjoyed today's show, please don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a review on your podcast platform of choice. Your support makes this show possible. For more thyroid healthy food and lifestyle inspiration, check out my free library of thyroid-friendly recipes and lifestyle content at hypothyroidchef.com and the Hypothyroid Chef YouTube channel. As we wrap it up, head to the show notes for information and links to everything we talked about today, along with the link to my free thyroid-friendly grocery guide download. I'm Ginny Mahar, your thyroid health and cooking coach, wishing you happy cooking, happy thriving, and the best of health. See you next time.